Welcome friends. In this tutorial I want to show you how you can insert a picture to this document and wrap it around this text here. For example, if I want my pictures to appear where I'm clicking now, I can just go down here, pick up the picture file, and I will paste it here. Then I can double click and possibly readjust it the way I want it. But I don't want these pictures to be here. I want it to be wrapped around this text. So what do I do? So I will go to page layout. I'll click on the picture. Once I click on the picture, you notice that wrap text automatically appears. Now let's see what it does. Choose how your text wraps around the selected object. For example, you can choose to have the text continue around the object or cross right over it. So I'm going to use this option to wrap this text around here. So when you click the down arrow there, you see about 6 options here. The first one is inline with text, square, tight, through, top and bottom, behind text, in front of text. So I'm going to use each of these options. I want you to watch carefully and tell me what the difference is. So I'm clicking on inline with text. So I've just clicked that. So I'm taking this picture, I'm dragging it over here, I'm dragging it into the text. So what do you think happens? So what you notice is that it moves these pictures in line with the text that I have there. So I'm going to undo this, return it back to the way it was. Then I'll pick the second option. I'll move and say square. So notice what will happen now. If I drag this over here, have you noticed something? You see that the words now divide, the picture now divide. I can extend this. So the picture now divides those words into 2 parts, but in form of a square. You can look at this outline, even though it's a round object, but it seems to divide this in forms of groups of squares. So I'm going to return this again back to the way it was. Then I'll pick the next option, tight. So I'm taking this around again. So what do you notice here? You notice that the words now seems to wrap around this object in form of a circular form. This is circular form, not necessarily like a square. So I'm going to return it back to the way it was by clicking undo. Then I'll pick the next option, through. In through, I'm bringing it back again, similar to tight, wraps it around in form of a circular. So you can position it any way you want it. Then I'm going to return it back to the way it was. Then I'll pick the next option, top and bottom. So I'll click on this. So you see what it does. It divides the text into the top part and the bottom part. Then I'm going to undo this again. Then I'll go down to text wrap. Then I'll pick behind text. Behind text. So the object comes in between behind the text. The text is still transparent while the object, part of the object, is not visible anymore. So I'm going to undo this. Then I pick the last option, in front of text. So the object is covering the text. So when do you use this? Now that you know what to do about wrapping text. So whenever you need to use any of these, if you're going to put object behind, in front, or wrap it through, or through a text, or through using square method or tight, you all know what it is. So round object really explains and shows the difference between all these. So we can even read further. Tight wrapping is similar to square wrapping, but instead of following the line of the bounding box, it follows the shape of the image. If the image is a rectangle, you won't see a difference. But if the image is any other shape, the text wrap closely around the edge, creating a more dramatic effect. So explore that and see how you can use this in your work. Thank you for listening.